next constraint is going to be the path constraint, and it's one you're going to be using quite a lot if you do cars, for instance, roller coasters, whatever. But there are also some less obvious things where you can use this one, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do focusing on the basic one. So what we want to do is we want to have this kit bike follow this black line. So we select the kit bike, go to constraint, check the path constraint, rubber band, and select the path. You can see it jumping into place, and you can see the settings coming down here in the motion panel, of course. So what you also notice is that 2 keyframes are being made. So if I hit the play button, it starts moving along the line already, so it's pre-animated as it is. So these keys are made by default automatically. Now, a couple of things you notice is that the movement of the bike across the line isn't like it's supposed to be. It's not following the line, so we need to dive into the settings, and fortunately we have a thing called follow. So if we do follow, you can see it is now following the line. That's basically good, but the orientation of the bike isn't good, so we need to change something in the axis. You got a flip option, so you can flip it around, and you have to choose one of these directions, and in this case we need the Y direction. Thing to notice is that the line has a local Z-axis, so it's pointing up. The bike has a local Z pointing up, so these are aligned, and then the Y is this one, which is now aligned with the line settings. So that's this one. Now we go back to here. If you move it, you can see that the percentage along path is changed. You can just type in and it jumps to 50% in this case. Banking is, if you look at the movement of the bike, it keeps on facing upwards completely. So if we do banking, it will start banking along the line, so it gives you the illusion of speed much better. So that's the banking smoothness, has to do with the banking and how it's handled. Allowing upside down means it can shift completely to the other side of the line if need be. Usually you don't use it. Constant velocity has to do with the following. If you select the line and go to the vertices, let's select the line in this case, here we go, vertices. You can see the vertices down here, and you see a length between it. The constant velocity just takes into account the first one and the last one, and calculates a constant velocity along the line. If you haven't checked that box, it will take a constant velocity which depends on the length of the spline between each vertex, and that's basically the thing you need to be aware of. So if you want a constant velocity, here we go, make sure that it's checked, and it will do so. Loop means the movement is loop. Relative means it takes into account for the position of the bike the original position at point here. So if you move it, you can see this was the original position kind of the bike, the kid's bike, compared to the line, and then it keeps this offset to the line as in this animation. So that's basically it. Of course you can do multiple targets, you can do or multiple paths, you can add path and delete path and so on. So that's basically it. So here you go, simple as that, straightforward, but really nice to do when you're doing cars and so on, but we'll show you in a later video. Okay, cheers.